Yeah, my name is Joseph O'Mara, and I live here in New York City on 78th Street, 271 East 78. So I've come from Ireland myself in 58 to Boston for 7 years, and then I found myself in New York since 65. Now, when I was young, I asked my grandfather, about the famine, but I didn't realize that since he was probably born around 1870 or 70 something, he wouldn't have lived through it. He might have heard stories. All he would say was that they used to eat nettles, so and eat the grass and drink the dew, some sort of a song he would sing like that. So this was in Mayo, in Knock, County Mayo, and he was actually from Kelchabo-Murneen, which is beside Kelchamoth. So I think that would have been hit pretty hard in the famine. But, they didn't say much about it, the other family, the Hunts and the Currys. So then, on the other side, my great-great-grandfather came from Tipperary. Now, his story was he went to Dublin, worked for the Nation newspaper, probably around that time, the 1840s or something, and he was about 18, so he was a compositor. So his name was O'Mara with an E. But what he had left was a whole bunch of the Nation newspapers, which were bound in a folder, and there was different years, and my sister Imelda has since sold them, so we don't have them. But I used to read in them about the famine and about what some scientists were thinking would be a cure for Ireland, that if they got the rotten potatoes and Indian meal, which is probably cornmeal, and mix that together, they would make a nutritious meal. But the thing is, I think if they had the Indian meal, they would have eaten that without bothering with the rotten potatoes in it. So they really weren't that available to them. But newspapers like The Nation had stories, and that would be a good newspaper to look up, I think, 1846, 47, 48, Other than that, I don't know how the famine would have affected the part of Clonmel, where my great-great-grandfather came from. All I know is that there was, I think Edmund Burke was a school teacher there, and he wrote a letter to my great-great-grandfather in 1858 saying that they had a new parish priest in Clogheen, County Tipperary, and him and the other lady school teacher were getting the sack. And he was saying, unless I can get work soon, I may emigrate to America. So maybe there's a story there, I don't know. But I just have that one letter, So that was my interest. I went to Stokestown to see the museum after Christmas, but apparently that's the 1 week that it was closed. So me and my son, who lives in Belfast, will probably visit there again. Thank you very much.